Breaking news, a person of interest is in custody in connection with the killing of the UnitedHealthcare CEO, and he has ties to the Bay Area. Good afternoon, I'm Ryan Yamamoto. The arrest comes after a multi-state manhunt.
Now, remember this, I'm in the Bay Area. I'm in San Jose, California. So when I saw this and that the fact that it had to do, there was a breaking news and ties to California and the Bay Area, I said, what? So we're going to see how he traveled place to place. He lived in Hawaii. And what was he doing in New York? He was specifically in New York for that. And no longer do I believe that there was any kind of hit. He's the guy that wanted the CEO out of here. No hit was put on this guy. It was all him.
This is the Lincoln photo of the man in custody, 26-year-old Luigi Mangione, who police say has ties to San Francisco. New York police say Mangione was arrested on a weapons charge at a McDonald's in Altoona, Pennsylvania, after a McDonald's employee called police. Investigators say he had a weapon consistent with the gun used in the killing of UnitedHealthcare CEO Brian Thompson. Thompson was gunned down last Wednesday outside the Hilton Hotel in Manhattan. Just over an hour ago, the NYPD commissioner described how Mangione was taken into custody.
Earlier this morning in Altoona, Pennsylvania, members of the Altoona Police Department arrested Luigi Mangione, a 26-year-old male, on firearms charges. At this time, he is believed to be our person of interest in the brazen targeted murder of Brian Thompson, CEO of UnitedHealthcare, last Wednesday in Midtown Manhattan. The suspect was in a McDonald's and was recognized by an employee who then called local police. Responding officers questioned the suspect, who was acting suspiciously and was carrying multiple fraudulent IDs as well as a U.S. passport. Upon further investigation, officers recovered a firearm on his person, as well as a suppressor, both consistent with the weapon used in the murder. They also recovered clothing, including a mask consistent with.
All right. Now, I want to get into that as well. We're going to get into a whole bunch because we have a huge deep dive here on this guy. We have a deep dive. I mean, we have all kinds of stuff on these guys. We've been doing this since yesterday, just digging and digging and digging, and it keeps changing. The target keeps changing. So if there were a target, it would be going all over the place like this. So yesterday we were like, oh, we know his name, but we're not going to say it. And now we know he's a rich boy. He's a rich guy. He's got this fantastic education. So it doesn't really make sense when they talk about his mom being denied for healthcare and him being mad about that. I like your comments. He's so virtuous. Why did he help those who really needed healthcare but denied? I don't think he actually cares. I think he's a narcissist, and in his own mind, he wanted to start this movement. He wanted people to get dressed up. He was watching the television while that was happening, and boy, was he excited about that. Boy, was he excited. And yeah, to be complete anarchy. All right. No, we're doing digging. Stay here, TK. We've got much more. We've been digging all day, and I'm going to tell you about it. I'm just playing the very intro information to get it out to you guys.
Those worn by our wanted individual. Also recovered was a fraudulent New Jersey ID, matching the ID our suspect used to check into his New York City hostel before the shooting incident. Additionally, officers recovered a handwritten document that speaks to both his motivation and mindset.
And NYPD detectives are now on their way to Pennsylvania to question Mangione. They say the gun he was carrying may have been a 3D printed ghost gun. As for that handwritten document found on him, police.
Let me tell you this, and I have experience with that, folks. So yes, he's a rich boy. I'm going to show you in a minute. I'm going to show you his Twitter. I'm going to show you things he talked about. We dug into him and his family. His family has money. They own companies that are worth money. So it doesn't make sense for it to have been some kind of I got turned away from my claim. Although he does have a back. He has screws in his back. I'm going to show you that next. So yeah, poor little rich boy. Now, a ghost gun. Oh God, you guys, I wanted to get into this so bad. And that's another reason why I'm covering this. a ghost gun. You ask me what a ghost gun is? Okay, let me tell you something. Ghost guns are so easy to make and to sell and to do all kinds of transactions with them. Lucky, ding, 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 ding. Remember, I'm the COO of a mechanical engineering company, which gives me access to 3D printers. It gives me access to giant printers that print out metal parts. So let me tell you what a 3D GUN is. Okay, what it is you take the upper, and the upper, all you have to do is get the upper part. And you saw the upper part of his gun that had like was perfectly fit. You take the upper, or you take the usually you get the upper and you 3D print the lower, and bam, there it is. Now they're speculating that it's the vet gun, but now I'm thinking it's a 3D printed gun with a silencer, and it's just so easy. It's just so easy to print that out. I'm going to tell you, and I'm not going to say anything else, but I work for a mechanical engineering company. And what I'm going to say is, yes, we'll say that, Foxy Amazon. We'll just say I have lots of knowledge about GATs. You call it GATs. I call it ghost printed guns. I know many people that have an arsenal of AR-15s. Now, the silencer is long because silencers have to be long in order to silence the way they did. Now, I put my video up on Patreon. I put the video up on Patreon with the full audio, and boy, was that baby silent. Boy, was that gun silent. And this guy's a nerd. I'm going to show you next why I'm so excited about this case when I dug in. Where he works is a company that I would be working for, or he'd be working for me. So when I get into his LinkedIn, you're going to see this guy would be somebody that I would call up as an engineer and either go send somebody to his company, or he would come to ours and work. He does exactly the things that I do. He's an engineer, and he aligns with the companies that we work for. It's crazy. So when I saw this, I said, what was I thinking? I knew better. All right. Thank you for the 420 Guilty of Crime membership. I'm very fired up today. There's 300 people in chat. If you have the means to support, if you don't, hit the like button and share, please. Yeah, even though there's a ghost gun, we're still thinking it's a vet weapon. No, I do not think it's a vet weapon. I'm pretty sure it's a ghost gun, and it's only because I know. Trust me, just trust me. You've seen me shoot. You've seen me do GUN demonstrations on my channel. Go back and look at my Delphi case where I showed you guys how to use a weapon and what happens with the kickback from the weapon, etc. I know all about guns, and when I see this, I know what's going on here. All right, let's finish this and we'll get into him. I'm going to get into him so we can see what the heck's going on with this guy.